Alright, good morning. Sorry about that. Good morning. Thank you for joining me, as always. How do I get back here? There we go. I'm sorry I'm a little bit later than usual. These new medications are kind of destroying me. It's making it a little hard to sleep, and even harder to speak. So, I'm doing my best. I am sorry for the inconvenience, though. Ah, coffee, my sweet. How I have missed you. Not that I've stopped drinking coffee, it just feels really nice on a sore throat. Oh, there is one thing I forgot. I need my chat app to overlay. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I need that. Sorry, I just woke up a couple minutes ago and made a coffee and started up the stream, so I'm a little unprepared, but I'm doing my best. I've just missed a couple of streams in a row now because I haven't been doing well, and I didn't want to do that. Right, I was looking for the stardust list. Because we are going towards Kazas this episode. Hence the funny the funny go live message and title. I wanted it to be like Toto and Dorothy. I should have said something about Dorothy too. I just didn't think about it. There we go. Okay. Fail. Hoax. Where's the rest of it? Oh, that's why. Okay. Things just got a little screwed up. Why sword ascending? That makes no sense. Anyway. Okay, now we're good. We can finally play. Sorry about that again. Did I load up the right file? I think I might have messed up. Nope, never mind. Okay. I have forgotten which way to actually get into Kazas, so we're gonna struggle a little bit getting going this morning. Oh, hi there. Well, good morning. How are you doing today, Nat? I'm going to assume that is Nat. I haven't seen a message pop up yet, but since you like using that the most, I'm going to assume it's you. There we go. I'm kind of in rough shape, to be honest. Oh, I'm sorry you're still sick. I hope you feel better soon. How are Ian and hubby doing too? Everybody feeling better? Hubby better, kiddo still coughing. Oh. Man, you just can't get away from the coughers. You have to look after one all day, and then you come to stream, and you have to listen to me. Okay. In the meantime, while Nat is away looking after her crying child, I shall be... Oops. I forgot he gets there a lot faster. So one thing you're going to notice, since we just changed out and have Albert in the party now, is that Albert, the timing for all of his attacks is different from Lavid's. And I don't know why they did that. They're the same attacks, same number of hits, same style of hits, but it's It's interesting and frustrating in the same breath that it's kind of missed. Going down this way. Wasn't there an easier way to get out of here? I was sure there was, and now for whatever reason I can't hit it. No, not that one. Did I miss one going up? Ah! I was pretty sure there was supposed to be a shortcut up here. I'm going to try and get there because I am having a hard time with that maze right now. Also, I kind of think maybe I need to go out the other way from Doel. I'm actually going to try that first. I don't remember if that's right, but I'm not following a walkthrough or anything. I'm going off of memory and exploration for this playthrough. So we're gonna see what we can do. Oh. Oh yeah, I should start making sure that I'm using my Dragoon 2. Welcome back, Nat. Thank you for rejoining. What were we talking about before you headed out? Thought something serious had happened, but nope. What was it this time? Were you making too much noise from the blender? Hey, 6 or 5 stream. Thank you, Nat. I appreciate you being here. Okay. Is this sealed off this time? It must be. I'm glad hubby's got it under control. What is today? Today is Wednesday, right? I don't think hubby has anything to do today outside the home? No taekwondo or anything? Cool, cool. I know you've told me the days that he has taekwondo before, and I think Thursday was one of them, but I've forgotten if it was Monday is the other one? I always forget. I try and keep track because I want to remember things like that. I feel it's important to be like Monday and Friday. Okay. I just feel it's important to try and remember things that you tell me because I don't want to be a bad friend, but sometimes things slip my mind. Especially these days, the new medications are, they're helping a little bit, but they're putting me in rough shape at the same time. There's one in particular. I don't know if I told you I have that nasal spray that kind of destroys me. It gives me nosebleeds for a couple of days after I use it. Well, I have that same medication in inhaler form now that I'm supposed to be taking too. And yeah, it does help a little bit, but so does the nasal spray. I'm not sure which one actually does more, if anything. And the inhaler dries out my throat really, really badly. So I've been coughing up blood. And my throat is really sore. So not having a heck of a lot of fun with that. Yeah. The cure is harsher than the treatment. Or no, the treatment... Yeah, the cure is harsher than the disease. We'll put it that way. Not that it's actually curing me. I'm still coughing, but... I'm also off my sleep schedule. So, like, I don't think I got to sleep until 3 or 4 in the morning last night again. Because, unfortunately... coughing fits keep me up. I'm healthy. What are you talking about? It does indeed. But I'd already missed 2 streams in a row. Yesterday when I joined your stream, Nat, that was literally like maybe 2 to 3 minutes after I woke up, because I realized what time it was and remembered I had to be there, so I woke up and like rushed to the stream. Hooray! Well, yeah, but I like streaming, and I like playing Legend of Dragoon, and I like hanging out with friends. I appreciate it. But I'm on like a 45 watch streak. I ain't losing that just because I'm not feeling great. Unless I have a doctor's appointment or something in the middle, I don't want to lose that. Unless I sleep through it by accident, I don't want to lose that. It's a pretty good streak, yep. I want to see if I can get it to 100 at least. Which, I mean, 2 streaks a week should take about a year. Not missing one in a year. But I'm almost halfway there already. Haha. Actually, wouldn't that be closer to like 9 months? Probably. I'm having trouble mathing right now. Yeah, 3 per week. And you're doing 3 per week, so like 9 months. 9 months ought to get there. Which means... Actually, how long have you been streaming again? Because I think I caught your first one back. Pretty close. Pretty close. I'm just trying to think about it, because I know you joined me playing Dave the Diver. And then I think I caught your first stream back after that. I think. Because you went and beat Dave the Diver after that as well. No, you were still doing other things. But you beat Dave the Diver not too long after that. I don't remember. I'm trying to think of it. Is this where I need to go? I think this might be. Cool. Cool. Either way, I haven't missed a stream since August, so... April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So yeah, it's been like 6 months. I haven't missed a stream in 6 months. Ah, yeah. Oh, is this O parts? It is O parts. Okay. Can I... No, I don't want to use that one. It's been a good run. Ooh, that was close. Okay, this is like a super rare enemy that has a crap ton of health. I don't know if you've ever played Dragon Quest, Nat, but this thing is essentially... Yes, it is scary. This thing is essentially a metal slime. Okay. Well, Dragon Quest has these really annoying rare enemies, and this one is similar, where they don't have a lot of health, but they have insane defense and evasion. So they might only have like 3 HP, but they're almost impossible to hit. And then as a reward, when you do defeat them, you get a whole bunch of XP. Oh, this one's just gold, but 600 gold for that. He had 4 health and gave 600 gold. Yeah, when I eventually get around to playing Dragon Quest, I think I have Dragon Quest 8. We'll probably end up fighting metal slimes for a while. But, yeah, it's really fun. Black Castle in Kazas. Okay, I did find it. I think for a lot of them, the actual... What am I trying to say here? The actual, like, key to defeating them is using items, because they can't dodge the item strikes. But I didn't think about that the first time I was playing through. It was just trying really hard to hit them. And lots of times they hit hard and then they run away. And you just lose the experience and time you put in. So they do take strategy. Strategy I did not have at whatever age I played it, because it was my first Dragon Quest game. Okay, we are in the heart of enemy territory here. But this is towards the end of Disc 1. Once we clear this area, we're actually moving on to Disc 2, which is pretty cool. Strategy? What's that? Can you eat it? Good question, Nat. I don't think so, but it'd be cool if you could. First building on the left. Okay. So probably this one. I'm following the list still because I want all this stardust so we can fight the secret boss. What are these guys going to say? First the dragon dies, then those in Basil lower their guard, and taking advantage of that, they attack the royal capital. They say that the battle at the 7th Fort and Hoax was part of a strategy to completely destroy the knighthood. Even losing the dragon must have been part of the plan. That's our Emperor Doel. Okay. Weapon shop found on the left of the treasure chest inside the first building on the right. I have completely spaced on my line of thought here. I do want to fight the super boss because I think it's important. There is one thing that I'm also going to do, or that I want to do when we do eventually play Dragon Quest, is I'm going to try and... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to try really hard to beat it like 4 times in advance. Because you don't get the true ending until you've beaten it about 5 times in a row. At the end of every run, you go through this special place where you have to collect a certain piece of armor or a weapon. And once you beat it, once you have all of that armor together, you finally piece together enough of the story that you get the true ending. But until then, you just kind of get hints at what it might be. And that's kind of annoying. I've never seen the true ending as a result of that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Left of the counter in the weapon shop. Okay. Legitimately, you can piece together in advance what reality might be. But every time you beat the dragon, you get a little bit more information, and then you have to start over with a new game plus and a new piece of that armor attached to your character. So your main character always gets stronger, and it makes getting through the game easier every time. But on the other hand, you're always struggling to beat the game over and over again. Walk away. Actually, do I have MP? I think I'm out of MP. Nope, we just refreshed. It's pretty crazy that way, but it's neat. I like it. Left of the counter in the weapon shop. Top room of the resistance town. Okay, so it seems there's only one more in this section of the town. I didn't even know there was a resistance section. Maybe in here? There's actually another one that I'll be playing eventually on PS3, and it's called Nier. It's very similar to that. To Dragon Quest, where you have to do the New Game Plus, except that you only have to beat that one 3 times. And I've got the first ending before, and I got the third ending before. And the reason I didn't get the second ending, to see what that one is because the third ending, the one that I chose, I thought it was just psyching me out. Turns out it actually destroys your save file. It literally deletes it, and it's not a prank, it's not a joke. It truly and 100% destroys your save file. And I didn't want to beat the game 2 more times because I had done that. So I just stopped playing. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's in the Nier series, so you've probably seen a lot of things about Nier Automata with 2B. She's got the bobbed haircut with the white hair and the patchy thing over her eyes, the bandages over her eyes. But this was before that one came out. I don't think it was super popular either, but it was a pretty good story, and the combat was interesting, and the main character was not female. It was a big, muscular dude. It was very moving. This guy, I just defeated the Dragon Firebrand. Whoa, don't touch it, you'll be poisoned. Scammer. The Dragon Beater. Is there a guy who defeated Firebrand in here? It's him! The writing in this game is pretty funny. I like that they included a scammer trying to capitalize off it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Heat blade. Yes, we need this. Yes. Okie dokie. Longbow, yes. Armlet. Oh, yes, we definitely need this. Hashel had that equipped? I should have just taken it off of him. I never use him. Oh well. Iron knee piece. And you're already equipped? There we go. Sell. Not armed. Yeah, armed. I don't think we're using those right now. Oh, we are. Okay. Gonna hold on to Sparkle Arrow. I don't think I need the Salays. I don't think. I just have to check what we're equipped with because it's been a while. Leather armor bandana. Scale armor, no. Plate armor is better. Ooh, agility increased by 20 points. Lavitz is getting that, or Albert's getting that right away. Putting the Saleh on. Bandana. Armit? Ooh, maybe I should give him that. Yeah, we're gonna give him that. He's the main character, he never leaves the party, so he has to be equipped with the best stuff. That's a very old RPG trope that I actually like, because you never have to worry about losing them. Where are we going here? He's equipped with an armit, excellent. Don't need that sapphire pin. Here we go. Oh, finally. I forgot how important it was to put that on him. His speed was 40. Everybody else was moving way faster than he was. I kind of want to give you that, but I also don't. Well, hello there, nephew. How you doing? It has been a long time since I've seen you. Kind of crappy, but doing my best. Thank you for asking. You been busy, buddy? Yeah, lots of work. That's fair. Been renovating a man's work warehouse? Mark's work warehouse. Cool. I remember one time, I might have told you this already, but one time I was actually working with your dad to renovate a Starbucks. And we could only work there at night, so it was overnight work. We weren't even really doing the whole thing. We were just doing parts of it. Or we were doing the flooring. And we could only do it after hours. So it was an overnight job, and it was exhausting, and I hated it. You're welding in metal beams to the cracking of another place for an AC unit. Interesting. Yeah. I didn't want to go to Starbucks for quite a while. Oh, into the ceiling of another place for an AC unit. I got you. Yes, nephew is here. He was just telling me about how he's been busy with work. Actually, shouldn't you be in school these days too, or do you have a break again? Leather boots. I got afternoon schooling, auto body and social. Okay, cool. I have been wondering about that. I hadn't heard from you in a while. I told your sister to drag you over to watch anime one of these days, because I want to watch more of that that time I got reincarnated as a slime show. You're going to fail the social. It happens. Just try not to get used to failing, because that's... that becomes a habit. And it's a habit hard to break. But yes, specifically, I really want to watch more of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I hope you come over soon. Also, there's a few other that I want to start watching you. I'm used to trying my best and just squeezing by. That's fair. That's fair. And to be honest, kiddo, I was the same way for a lot of the forced schooling. I didn't actually get my act together until I got into my program for being a therapy assistant. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, you can come together, you can come separately, I don't care. Just, I will make sure my place is clean as best I can. Awesome. Good, good. I have missed having you over, buddy. I think I may have missed a piece of stardust. I don't think breaking through the front gate will work. Let's do some more research. And alright, I shall see you whenever you're back. Left of the counter in the weapon shop. So, like, up here, I think. There we go. Okay. My god, I lost the key to my home. Also, welcome back, Nat. So, I was doing some research again. I had talked about this before, how there are elements in this game, and I just forgot what the supremacy chart was. Turns out, it's one of those weird games where it's only a two-way system. So, like, fire beats water, light beats darkness, wind beats earth, but also the reverse is true. So the other elements also do double damage. And the very weirdest is that unaspected damage does double damage to absolutely everything. Yeah, it's weird. So, like, fire does double damage to water, and water does double damage to fire. So it's equal parts weakness and strength against them. You're just making the battles faster when you do that. And then the weirdest thing is lightning is just normal damage to everything. It doesn't take or give extra damage, but unaspected does double damage. And it's so weird to me. Okay. Top room of the Resistance Town. Search the bookshelf. I guess this is probably it. Here we go. Awesome. The barrels in the shop in the Resistance Town? Okay. But, yeah, so it's good to know. I just completely spaced on how that element supremacy worked, and it's very unusual for it to be a two-way street like that. So that's why it's very important for... Why can't I get down here? Do I have to go through this house? I must have to. That's why it's very important. I have some of these weird accessories that say, like, take 50% damage from certain attacks. Like the red eye stone here, reduce damage from fire-based attacks by half. Nobody else in the party needs it, except for a character that would be water elemental. Because then she could do double damage without taking double damage. And that's a very specific circumstance. So it's cool, you have to use these specific rings at specific times. It's not just equip the best stats at all times and you're good. And I like that. I thought that was a pretty clever idea. Let's see. Barrels in the shop in Resistance Town. In the shop. Wow, this guide that I'm following now says, search the barrels next to the staircase in the shop of in the Resistance Town. Oh boy. Is it this one? There's one. Okay, good. Search the barrels in the shop. Down here. Hooray. And I think that should be all 20 stardust now. Awesome. So that was literally the last of the stardust that I needed from disc 1. There's no others here. Welcome back, nephew. A secret weapon shop. Don't tell the soldiers. Fake power wrist and fake shield. Okay, we're gonna skip those. There we go. Where are we going? I don't need to be up here. So what's going on that you don't have work or school today, kiddo? Did you finish up with what you were doing? Are you on lunch break? Just got off work. Oh yeah, because you said you have class in the afternoon. That's right. Welcome to the ruins of the underground fortress. You guys look like new faces. You want to join the new Serdio party, don't you? I want to let you in, but I need to ask 3 questions. I have to check you out. First question, which country do you want to win, Basil or Sandora? I cannot say which. The important thing is to end the war, not winning or losing. Always hate or spite remains after the fight, regardless of whether you win or not. Second question, during the war, what should powerless kids like us do? Take care at home. We can't send kids to battle. Somebody has to take care so the people fighting have someplace to come back to. The last question, why do people have to fight? To protect something. Hooray! The 3 correct answers. I am Popo. It's too bad Doug's not here. She would love this character. She always likes saying she's going to take a popo. Popo! What was I going to say? Oh, right. So, in regards to nephews just getting off school, or just getting off work, that reminds me a lot of my, what was it, 12th grade? 11th or 12th grade in school as well? Because I was in the Registered Apprenticeship program at the time, the RAP program. So I'd do the same thing. I'd get to go to work for half the day, and then I'd go take my classes in the other half of the day, and I'd get work credit and money for doing that. Which is pretty cool. It's really nice, but I'd leave a little early from work in the days where I had to work in the mornings, so I'd get a little bit of time to eat and rest before going to school. So I totally understand how you ended up with a little bit of time now. We'll end the war, yay! But I don't think these few people can break through the defenses of the Black Castle. Don't worry, we can do it. Maybe I should give Albert the Irish voice again since Lavitz died. I can't tell you how, though. They say that the power once was the card that liberated humans from Winglies. Now it's the ace to open up our own fate. We're gonna make an ace hole. Nat really wants the Irish. I'll do my best. I can't promise anything with my throat like this, but I'll try. Woo, I didn't have to. Oh. Please wait. If we fail, it'll be too risky for you. We'll come back after we prepare. A murder? On my train? If I remember correctly, I gave Dart... Murder? I gave Dart the laid-back surfer accent, and Lavitz was the Irishman, and I gave Rose the Mexican accent. The lazy Mexican. Yeah, we're ready. The only thing left is to make it to the Black Castle. I don't think I can do all of them today, but I'll try for the accent for Albert. I almost gave up when I heard Bale was taken. I thought all my campaigning was in vain. But I found out you're alive, Your Majesty, and we can still fight. I now see the future. Yibba yibba. Welcome, hubby. I take it Child has been successfully defeated? For the people who desire peace, I'll fight.
I am going ahead.
Rose! Hooray! I am curious about what set Child off to be crying, because Nat sounded thoroughly disappointed when she went to check on him. Still digging that accent? Which one, the Irishman? How do I get out of here? Child was not compliant. Oh, okay. I wondered if maybe it was another one of his make things up things. Oh, the Mexican one. Good, good. But I wondered if maybe it was another one of Child's silly making things up complaints. Where it was, you guys are making too much noise and you woke me up. I find those funny. I find them funny because I don't have to deal with them. I just... okay, I got you. But I find his making things up funny because I don't have to deal with it. I don't envy you guys for having to deal with it. I understand. I understand. In my case, growing up, when you don't have to deal with it, it's always funny. That's true. In my case, when I was growing up, the disciplinary measures implemented were always a spank to the buttocks. It's kind of hilarious until it isn't anymore. I totally understand. I totally understand. Like, there is a point at which it's kind of cute, and then another point where you're like, what in the hell is going on? Yep. I mean, it worked for me. My parents never did it in anger. It was always a disciplinary tool, so it never went too far. And so I think it was very reasonable. Actually, if nephew is still here, there was a time a couple years ago, not that long, where I threatened to spank him because he said something rude to his mom. I was like, damn! You talk to your mom like that again, I'm gonna spank you. And she just looked at me like, no, you're not. Yeah, it was around that time. Nephew, I don't remember if you recall it, but it was around that time you hurt your hand or your wrist. And you told your older sister to not let you go dirt biking, or your eldest sister not to let you take your bike out, or to remind you not to. It was still when you lived out of town. And it was just something, like some snarky little comment you made where she had told you to do something and you were like, you shut up. I was like, holy crap! If I had said that, I would have been crying in my room and grounded for a week. I was shocked she let you get away with it. I may have saved you from discipline by being the one that took her ire. Ah. Oh yeah. Grounding at the least. Grounding and allowance removal and maybe spanking. You did not disrespect nobody for that. Alright. Parenting cycles are best reinforced by uncles. Yeah, until moms are like, no, don't you do that. I'll be mad at you. Which is not in any way how my sister sounds, by the way. That was purely for comedic effect. And I know I've said this a lot, but nephew's mother, my sister, I love her a lot. She was an excellent sister to me. And don't ever let that comedic affectation let you think that I don't. Because I do. It was just for kicks and giggles. Oh yeah. My sister was amazing to me growing up. Like, not without a shadow of a joke. Holy crap, these guys hit hard. Like, I think I've told you this before, but she would have to babysit me a lot because my parents were working. Especially this one time, I remember they had bought an art gallery for a while. And apparently we were like barely getting by because the art gallery just, aside from holidays, is not exactly a lucrative business. And so she would often stay home and take care of me. And because we were poor enough that I wasn't getting an allowance. Of course, I was young too, but we were poor enough that I wasn't getting an allowance. What she'd do was, at the end of the week, when she'd get hers, she would actually take me over to the bank and put whatever she had left over from her allowance into my bank account for me, so that I'd have some sort of savings that I could use when I grew up. Like, that's how nice my sister was to me. She did that with her own allowance money, just so that I'd have a little bit to use when I was old enough to use it. Or, as much as I'd pester her to make it happen, she would take me to the library and let me take out books. Oh yeah! My sister was great to me. I don't understand how people have bad relationships with their siblings when mine was that awesome. Although, to be fair, she is 8 years older than me, so that was like a pretty significant age difference. So I think I was, yeah, she's the first child. She was an only child for about 8 years, and I'm pretty low on health for Shauna. That's true. That's true. To be fair, I think we all go through the period of being assholes, and especially when it comes to being kids. I got away with it a little bit because that's how we do it. Sorry, just had to squeeze by them. Especially when it comes to being kids, the closer you are in age, the crueler you feel you can be to each other. Like, even nephew. Like, last year, he was talking to his sister, and she was complaining about how easily she bruises, so he just winds up and he smacks her in the arm really hard, and he's like, there, now that's a good bruise for you. That combination helps. First child plus difference, you either get full loving support or complete abandonment. Yeah, it was very funny. I mean, I didn't think it was funny for her, but nephew was always a little rough. You have to remember, too, he doesn't have anyone to roughhouse with aside from his dad. He has 3 sisters, 2 older and 1 younger. And because I'm so unhealthy, I can't exactly go roughhouse or play with him as much as I'd like either. Even as he was growing up, I was always in, like, super pain, so I couldn't do anything with him when I was a kid. Or when he was a kid. Which means he was just kind of either with his dad or not playing at all, for the most part. And he picked up some of those rough traits to carry on playing with the sisters. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. Oh, nephew, you poor unfortunate soul. Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one wanting to be slimmer, this one wants to get the girl. Did I help them? Yes, indeed. Oh, good. Nephew has seen Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Rose-storm.
That was such a good song. I actually rewatched, not the movie, but I rewatched the song for Frozen yesterday. And I was terribly sad to realize that Frozen is now 13 years old. Frozen came out in 2013. I couldn't believe it. I was very disappointed. Frozen. Yeah, 2013. Yes. It is 13 years old. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. That is exactly how I felt, believe me. The animation is still really good, though. I liked that movie. It was pretty. They animated the snow really nicely. Now you get to be exhausted and sad. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. We're gonna do this. I used to sing the Frozen song a lot. Back when I could still sing a little more, because my throat wasn't always sore to the point that I felt like I was gonna die. But I really enjoyed it, and I kind of miss being able to sing freely. Let It Go. I really liked Let It Go. That was a good song. Actually, I think the only other one that I remember is Olaf singing the comedy song where he's like, I want it to be summer. Or I want to experience warmth. That's what it was. Hubby dragged me to the theaters back in the day to watch Frozen. Olaf likes warm hugs. He does, yes. I'm gonna tell him, don't you dare. That is probably my favorite part of that movie, is just that interaction of, don't you dare tell him. But I really liked it. Yeah. I missed the last hit. Olaf is great. He's a funny character. It really makes me want to watch the movie again now that we're talking about it. Disney may have gone downhill, but the classics are always fun to enjoy. Oh! Speaking of silly Disney things, though, I saw a short on YouTube the other day that made me laugh my butt off. It was something to do with you know that meme where the father comes in and he's like, "Are you winning, son?" And the kid is doing something embarrassing. Your kid was not impressed by Frozen? Your kid isn't old enough to appreciate Frozen. Okay, well, it was that meme format, but it was animated, and it was the kid playing the scene from Kingdom Hearts, where, the first Kingdom Hearts, mind you, where they're in the under the sea world, and so you have Sora's terrible off-key singing matching along with the fake Ariel singing while they're trying to do Under the Sea, and the father just comes in, and the kid is super embarrassed because the father is so disappointed, and I related to that deeply. I was like, yeah, that part was cringe. That was difficult to play through. Maybe I should put off Reboot and do Kingdom Hearts next, just so we can enjoy that together. Okay, catch you later, nephew. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to come see me soon. I wish to watch the animes. Have a good day. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I gotta get rid of that real quick. Here we go. The very good news is, since I figured out that I can play the game on the PC using the capture card, I don't actually have to switch channels on my TV anymore. It's much easier to, like, moderate and read chat and things. No, you're bot viewers. That is pretty hilarious, to be honest. Now that you mention that, hubby. It's a bot advertising the services of more bots. It's basically robot slavery. Oh, sorry, that one was loud. Poor robots indeed. Boom. Right? It's like that scene from Futurama where the professor invented a splitting machine where you put in some sort of random matter and it would make two smaller duplicates of the item at half the size. So Bender steals the machine, makes a copy of himself, and then those copies keep making the duplicates of themselves until they're a massive army of tiny nanobot Benders replicating. Speaking of nanobots and things that I miss, I don't know if you guys ever saw the... what was it? Ultimate Spider-Man? Spider-Man 2000? Something like that? Hold on. Spider-Man... Alternate Earth... show. Spider-Man Unlimited. I don't know if you guys ever watched Spider-Man Unlimited, but it was so cool. It had such an awesome art style, and they only did like 12 episodes of it, and it made me sad. But it was a series of Spider-Man back when I was a kid that aired on Fox Kids. Can we use this to heal? I hope so. And Peter joined Jameson's son by hitching a ride on the space shuttle, going to an alternate Earth that we discovered on the other side of the sun, in exact equal orbit of the sun. We just couldn't ever see it because it was always in the opposite side of the sun to us. And it was so cool because he had this, his costume was in this nanobot watch that he kept on his wrist. So every time he needed to put his costume on, they had this little transformation sequence where the nanobots would like leak out and cover his body in them, and he would turn into Spider-Man. So he had a lot of cool abilities, like he had, the nanobots could create ultrasonic sounds to fight off Venom and Carnage. It was really nice. It was so cool. The art style was awesome too. Anyway, we're pleased. We like it when mercenaries like you have an interest in our research. Indeed. Recently, barbaric suicidal attacks have been common, but if our research is successful, it would reduce the casualties of war. For example, that white flame. Not ultimate. Spider-Man Unlimited. Here, just in case, I will put it in chat. Spider-Man Unlimited. It was only like 12 episodes long. They ended the series way too early. But it was pseudo-futuristic, and he had this cool little like web cape around the top. Oh, it was so good. Anyway. I think the ads are starting in about 30 seconds. It's the first time I've actually been able to see that, because I had to tab out to look at that. So I'm going to take a real quick break while the ads are running. I'm going to go take a leak, but, oh, hiya, Sailing. How you doing, buddy? I'm sorry, you joined at just the wrong time. Straight to jail. Yep. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Alright, man. Alright. Burn the potatoes, straight to jail. Potatoes. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. It's still saying ad starting soon, not ad has started. Anyway, I'm very sad. I apologize for that. It says pre-roll off should still be... Oh, that's why. 2.5 minutes of pre-roll off. Undercooked meat, overcooked meat, undercooked fish, straight to jail. What's the green flame do? You can always have your break and put up an ad while you're away. I could, but the ads are set on a timer for 3 minutes every hour. That way nobody has to deal with pre-rolls for that full hour. It's just that solid 3 minutes and then nothing. And I like that. Excuse me. Oh, I'm supposed to be reading this out loud. For example, what kind of function does this purple flame serve? This flame is the power source of the castle. The purple flame drives the elevators and lifts. It helps people's lives. That's the proper way of usage. But the war decides the usage now. Yes, even if this technology could be used for the happiness of the people, once it's used wrongly, it may bring unhappiness. What we are making may bring unhappiness to the people in Basel. I agree. This research is, after all, based on the calamity caused by the dragon. War creates catastrophe. It's a sad thing for both the people and the dragon. The dragon? The dragon's involved in this research? Oh, I slipped my tongue. Forget what I said. Now back to the research. Let me give you some magic oil. This is the fuel for the purple flame. It gives you mobility. Cool. I forgot that's how we got through the castle. It was very useful. Yes, I want to be healed. I want to be healed. How long is this ad going on for? Ad break ends in a minute. Okay. I want to make sure I say thank you to Sailing Bandito for coming in to hang out on his break. Which reminds me, actually, I should do this in case anybody is rewatching this on Twitch and they have the chat accessible as well. I'll have to break this into parts. So, shout out. How do I shout out? There we go. Shout out. Sailing. There we go. We'll shout out Sailing first. There we go. Because Sailing is a cool streamer. I saw you finally hit 400 viewers on YouTube. 400 subs on YouTube, I think it was. Well, thank you for coming to hang out as well, Sailing. I know you're on your lunch break. I appreciate you using that time for me. You are a good man. You are not following Sailing. He's a cool guy. I would recommend you follow him. He is fun. He does play a lot of Arc Raiders and Helldivers in between. Finally down to double digits. Oh, and that was the tipping point down to 99. Awesome. Hooray. And then when I can shout out someone again, I will shout out Nat, because unfortunately there's a cooldown on it for some silly reason. I think it is tremendously silly that there's a cooldown on shoutouts. So I can't like shout out multiple people in the same shoutout, and I also can't shout out people too close together. Like, what is that about, Twitch? Why would you do that? I don't understand. Uh-oh. Oh, hooray, I made it through. Okay. Acquired redstone. Wait, what is redstone for? I feel like it's to keep mods in check from spamming them. That's probably fair as well, to be honest. Because you get a tap to an easy way to follow the people you shut out. I actually didn't know that. I did not know that at all. Goods. Redstone. Oh. I just did it as a way to advertise and let people know, you know? Because I appreciate when you guys come in. I was like, hey, I don't want to fall. Click on the heart that shows up. Oh, interesting. It's unfortunate, but I have to see what that is. Hold on, I'm sorry. List. Is that... It's not an equipment piece. Use it. Goods. Oh well. I don't remember a lot of times to shout out people that raid me. Not that I get raids all that often, mind you. But I forget that shoutout is a feature. So whenever I remember, I try and use it. And I hope that I will be a little better about it going forward. Because there are times where I'm like, hey, I would love to do something in response to this very kind gesture. And I just totally forget about it. Like 100%. There's also the Streamlabs shoutouts. See, I need to actually look into that stuff again. I basically haven't touched Streamlabs since I started. Or no, what was it? Because Streamlabs... Is Streamlabs a bot, or is it the add-on to OBS? I'm usually the evening shift and no one is on after. That's fair, that's fair. It's a software, okay. Because I know for Stream Elements, I had it installed, but it was kind of making my computer lag a little bit. Or like doing weird things to the stream. There's a bot as well, okay. I'll have to look into the bot then. Because I feel like there's a lot of things... I feel like there's a lot of things I could be doing to make my life a little easier. Especially in regards to reciprocating kindness. Like streams or streamers that come in to watch me. Because I always appreciate when you guys come hang out, but it's like I want to make sure you're getting credit for it, because I really like having you here. I'm grateful you spend time with me. It doesn't really matter that you are streamers or not in the fact that you come to hang out, but since I can do something nice back, I figure that's an easy... a no-brainer. Ah! Except it takes a little too much of my brain power to remember to do something about it. No, you. Oh. When am I going to finish this edition? I've only completed it like 5 times and not once with Lavits yet. I love the damage system in this game, but it can be so difficult. There we go. I'm really jealous of the addition system of Eclair, where it's just a single button press to follow up, and you get this nice, perfectly clear window of opportunity. Hooray! I have to see if I have Phillimpi, otherwise I'm going to have to go back to the white. I do not. Okay, we're going to go heal again at the white flame. There we go. Oh, come to think of it, Sailing, I need to remember to thank Jack. Because apparently I got a gifted sub to your stream last night from him. Come on. No! Oh! I thought I could get away. I could not. I'll have to do this fight again. If there was a save point here, it'd be awesome, because I could use this to level up really easily. I'm okay with that. It might... Oh, oops. It might not have been intentional, but I still appreciate it. I wish I could just turn ads completely off for my channel, but unfortunately they don't let me, so you guys have to deal with it from time to time, and I'm sorry about that. I actually... what happened today, Sailing, with you was the same thing that I'm always terrified about. So I have the pre-rolls turned off with those 3 minutes of ads every hour. It's just that solid 3 minutes, and it completely disables pre-rolls and midstream ads for the entire hour. But I'm always terrified that someone will come in right at the time when the ads are going to start and think that I have 3 minutes of pre-rolls instead, and just leave and never come back. It is an enduring fear of like, no! Why can't you give me a grace period when people join, damn it? Why can't you let me tell people that it's an hourly thing, not a regular occurrence? I know I'm the evening shift for streaming, so it's hard to catch my streams when everyone is already asleep. Also, I think there's a way to turn that off. There is not, unfortunately. 3 minutes per hour is the minimum to disable the pre-roll ads. Unless people have ad blocker, I guess, but I cannot recommend that. I'm not saying I don't recommend it, I'm saying I cannot recommend it. Because Twitch doesn't want that, and I don't want to piss off Twitch. I don't have a following on YouTube. I have like 31 followers, and that's it. I appreciate every single one of them, but it's not like if I get banned off Twitch for some reason, I can just come back to YouTube for a while. And I'm not one of the big name streamers that won't disappear easily. I mean, there's a way to prevent news viewers from being hit with ads as soon as they join your stream. Oh, I didn't know that. I will have to look into that as well then. Thank you, Sailing. There's a lot of things I just haven't really messed with since I started streaming. Like, I got monetized, and then I just had to kind of roll with it quickly because I didn't know if I would even keep going. It's a huge learning curve and headache. Yeah. Water-based individual attack. Angel's Prayer. I'm gonna grab a couple healing potions. And then can I sell things? Spirit potion. Okay, I don't need these. Sparknet, burnout pellet. Light-based individual. Don't actually need that. A lot of these individual ones I don't care about. Good enough. But I, just on that subject, like I started... What is a beast fang? Is that a weapon? It might be. I got monetized. I did all of the stuff to set up. I made sure that I couldn't do ads, and then I was like, yeah, that's good enough. Here we go. Stuns enemy with a given probability. That's nice. Did I even do anything else with it? I mean, I had the Streamlabs or Stream Elements for a while on OBS, but even that I had to uninstall because it was lagging out my system and causing crashes and things. So now I don't have any sort of automation going on. Where am I even... Is this back to the merchant? Okay. I don't think there's anything in here. That was nothing. So it must be on this screen? Yeah, I had Stream Elements, which was the specific streamer version of Streamlabs. Invaders! You had such good luck sneaking into our practice center, didn't you? Catch 'em! I think it might have been Stream Elements that I was using. The install icon had a rocket ship on it. Either way, for whatever reason, I know I had to get rid of that version because it was causing issues with the stream itself. I don't remember what issues it was causing. I know one thing that I love is something No Brainer has, where it tells you in advance in chat that there's an ad coming up, and I haven't figured out how to get that one working yet. But I would love to get that working, because then it would show up on my overlay app as well. Because there is one thing that's really nice, is I downloaded this particular app that will overlay Twitch chat onto my screen for me, and I can move it around and stuff. So I don't actually have to switch out or have a second monitor. Your text just shows up on the screen for me. But I never know when ads are coming, because it's always on the stream page itself. If I could get some sort of bot that would let me know when an ad is coming up, then it would show up on my screen. It would type it out in chat, and I could be like, oh, good, break coming up. Let me stop doing whatever it is I'm doing so people don't miss out. Oh yeah, I need to use her Dragoon form more. I'm sorry, I know I'm doubling back on my words a lot at this point. I'm trying really hard to not lose this combat at the same time as I'm trying to keep talking and be entertaining. And having to do that while I'm trying to do quick time events like this is very, very difficult. I'm missing all of my input timing as a result. That's part of why, even if I could run things like Helldivers or Arc Raiders, I don't think I would, because I'd have to get so locked in on what I'm doing that I wouldn't be able to focus on streaming. I couldn't, like, keep up conversations at all. Welcome to Streamer Life 1. Yeah, it's gonna be tough when I start doing platformers. Oh, Sailing, I know you're like that. I'm gonna have to start typing my jokes in reverse order for you when I go watch you on stream. Because you always seem to catch the second half, and then you have to go back and check the setup. I know. I'm not blaming you, I'm just saying, I think I'm gonna have to start doing that. I'll put the joke, the punchline first, and then the setup second. So when you get a second to read chat, you see that, and then you go back and find the punchline after. I know! Well, let's be honest, how many people tell stupid jokes and puns in chat as their main mode of communication? I think if there were more people like me, it would get very confusing very quickly. You know at least one? Are you talking about yourself, hubby? Because you usually tell me weird things instead. No, me. Oh, yes, me. The hero bug does catch on in Nat's chat. I'm telling you, puns are like glitter glue. They must spread. Let's use this. Hello, Billy Buttcrack. It is not from the 80s. It's actually from 1999. I'm playing it on the original PS1, or I would be, except I can't find my PS1, so I'm playing it on a PlayStation 2. The title screen actually says copyright 2000. So yeah, it's pretty ancient. It's a quarter of a century ago. As much as it pains me to say that. You actually missed out? Yeah, no indeed, puppy. Unfortunately, yes. I had to get the adapter for my capture card. So I've actually got a TV from like 15 years ago that still has the connectors. I could just play it on this TV. But for the most part, they stay attached to my TV out in the living room. But they may remake it. That's what they do these days. It would be nice. I think of all the games they have, this is one that could definitely do with a remake. It's got a very dedicated fan base. And it didn't get the love it deserved. Like, among the group of people that are into it, it's very, very popular. But it just didn't get a lot of love because it didn't have a lot of advertising either. Because PlayStation was still pretty new, and they were competing with Sony with Nintendo at the time. All my TVs are wondering what these white, red, and yellow cables are. Understandable. Nintendo is awesome. I'm not so psyched with their business decisions these days, but I still think that when they make games, they're very fun games. Like, I just recently finished playing Tears of the Kingdom, which was awesome, a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed Super Mario Odyssey. I haven't finished that one, though. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of GameCube games. I'll be playing a bunch more of them. Full price though, no discount? Yeah. It sucks how expensive they're getting. Yeah, I know you haven't touched your Switch in a bit, Nat. When are you gonna beat Ganondorf? Super Mario Sunshine is awesome. I really want to play that now that you mention it. You know, I don't have the Switch version, but I have the original Super Smash Bros. And I have Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Super Smash Bros. Melee. So I could do the story mode of those. I do enjoy them.
Shin_Rozaku just followed.
Oh, well, thank you for following, Shin. I appreciate you. I used to get sweaty in Smash Bros. The old ones are really fun, Billy. Some of them are also really weird, though. Don't know why you can't type today. I know why you can't type today, Sailing. Because you're on lunch break at work and you're dreading having to go back. See, N64 was great. I didn't actually pick up a lot of games for it. I've told this story before, but in my case, I had a $2 a week allowance back then, during the Sony vs. Nintendo era, and as a result of that, I had to save up for almost a year to get a used N64, and it didn't leave a lot of money for games afterwards. Where even are we? So I have Star Wars Pod Racer, Episode 1 Pod Racer, and I have a golden copy of Legend of Zelda. Man, bro, they used to have Pokemon Stadium on the Switch, but it's really meant for you to use Pokemon you transferred from Game Boy. Yes, it is. I remember, actually, speaking of Pokemon Stadium, I remember that being one of the weird ways you could Pokemon smuggle and get illegal moves onto things, which was really entertaining for me. Yeah, so you could smuggle Pokemon in there. Basically, in Generation 1, so Pokemon Blue and Red, they hadn't sorted out the system yet, so some Pokemon could learn weird moves that they can't learn today. So what they do is they would get a Pokemon onto the original games through the transfer cable to Pokemon Stadium, put these really powerful moves on Pokemon that shouldn't have them, and then send them back to their own game. And because it was obtained legitimately, the game didn't reject it. You just couldn't put it on directly. Stuff like that, yeah. Wasn't there actually a way you used to be able to transfer it, though? Because I remember some sort of specific app they had. Like I don't think they're called apps on the Switch, but there was some sort of very specific thing. Shin says, well, the topic is on Nintendo consoles. I did just recently mod my Switch version 1 since it was easier to do with an RCM jig. Did it to mod Smash Ultimate to add in custom music. Ironically, the first songs I added in was Legend of Dragoon music, to which, yes, deserves a remake or remaster at worst. Is this not the place I'm supposed to be? It might not be. Yeah, I actually have the Game Boy connector cable still. Actually, that could be pretty fun. There is an old game for Nintendo GameCube called Final Fantasy The Crystal Chronicles. And the way that one worked was really interesting. For multiplayer, you actually had to have... each person had to have a Game Boy connector cable and a Game Boy Advance. And the Game Boy Advance became the controller to play Crystal Chronicles with. So you all had your own individual screen and items. It made it a nightmare to play in single player mode, but it was very fun. I have no idea where I'm going here. I didn't even know they remastered Crystal Chronicles, to be honest. Third floor. Oh, cool. Okay, I can go down to the first floor and up to the third again. When I bring my Wii in here, I will actually play a weird one that you can't get anymore. They did, but you can't be in the world with people. You can only do dungeons with your friends. That's pretty lame. I remember thinking the Selkies were such a cool race. I miss them. They were like wolf people. Fourth floor, there we go. And if you don't have friends, you won't find anyone to play with. Yeah. It is unfortunate. That's how it was back in the day, though. Either you had friends close enough to play with, or you didn't. Oh, it's unusual to have guessed it this time, but it's fine. Let me talk to you, okay? The long war decays people's heart. It must have happened to you, too. Has online, but I never found a soul. That's super unfortunate. Well, like I was saying, if I hook up my Wii, I'll play the other Final Fantasy that you can't get anymore. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like... Oh! My Life as a King. That's what it's called. It was a weird little game that you could download from the store, back when Nintendo still supported the Switch, or supported the Wii for their store. Basically, you're a young king that takes over a magical kingdom set in the same game world as Crystal Chronicles. So you don't actually go on adventures. You have to build taverns and housing for different races, and the adventurers will go make parties at the taverns, and you commission the adventurers to go out and explore the world for you, and they'll bring back rewards and things. And so your entire job is to use points and items to go and like solve whatever mystery is going on in your town. It's pretty neat. I don't remember how I do this puzzle. I think this is necessary to get through. Top hole redstone? Sure. Is that the only stone I have? Oh, I've forgotten how to get through this castle. Okay. It has been a very long time since I played this game. I think the last time I actually played was back in like 2003, so I'm a little bit thrown off with this. Also, I'm sorry, Shin, you started talking and then I read out your comment and I didn't hear from you again. But I do appreciate you being here, by the way. Thank you for joining. I haven't physically modded any consoles, just to go on with that, but I did crack my Switch, or my Wii. I did crack my Wii at one point so it can play Japanese games, which is hilarious because although I speak Japanese, I can't read it. I can't read it worth a damn. So I have a Japanese version of iShield 21, and I played it for a grand total of like 5 minutes because I couldn't figure out how to do everything else. Which is unfortunate, but you know, doing what I can. What's this? Great Commander of Sendor, you're here. The girl from Celis. Oh, he's the one that kidnapped her, that's right. I'm the one who assaulted Celis under the orders of Emperor Doel. So you killed everybody. I mean, I could play it now. Just use Google Translate camera. I suppose I could, except that that's still a paid app. Which is frustrating, because I'm cheap and broke. No worries, I'm currently grinding for a bandit's ring in this game, and the farm is atrocious. 2% drop rate in the home of Giganto. Really? I don't think I ever actually got that one then, because the items that I would grind for, as awful as they were things like the Phantom Shield, the ones you could buy. It's not paid, it's free. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I will probably have to look into that then, Nat. Thank you. He must have been still... But yeah, I used to grind for not the War God's Ring, but it was like the Phantom Shield or Phantom Ring, the one that's like 10,000 gold and it reduces all incoming damage by half. But that's so hard to grind in the early stages of the game that I don't end up going back for them. I get the reference, hubby. Rick and Morty. Let's just say you don't pay with money. Good job, Summer, you intern. Intern of the devil. But anyway, so that's all the grinding that I do in Legend of Dragoon. There's a different one that I have. It's a Wii specific RPG. I've forgotten what it's called though. Arc-Rise Fantasia. That's what it's called. And I ground that one out for a while because there were certain enemies that would let you steal stat up items from them. So you could just use the consumable stat up items to raise the strength of your characters to unbelievable levels. But it was a low steal rate, so it was incredibly difficult. Also, I was not paying attention at all. I think I got a stone just now, but I don't remember which one. The Bandit's Ring is your best friend in battles because that makes male characters faster. You could get it as early as fighting Drake the Bandit if you dropped it back in Shirley's Shrine. I don't think I have the Bandit ring, but I do have... What do I have on Albert? Actually, it might be the Bandit ring that I have on Albert. Yeah, I do have the Bandit's ring on Albert. Which is very helpful because 40 speed is very lame. But I didn't know you could get them as a drop rate from Giganto's lair either. That's pretty huge. Although, to be fair, I think I really would only use it on Albert and Lavitz. Because they're so slow. Like, just ridiculously, painfully slow. Okay, so I don't need to go up there. There wasn't anything up there. What's down here? Green flames. I already got whatever that was. Okay. Can't go that way. I forgot to do it in time because I was struggling with the addition system. But I had tried really hard to get Lavitz's last attack. Because a lot of people don't know you actually can get all of his moves, including his final edition. And it's really interesting seeing the differences between Albert and Lavitz's timings. But I only got up to 6 uses before he unfortunately met his maker. Although, you may really like it when I hit the City of the Dead, Shin. Because I think I have information that nobody on the internet seems to know. That makes the fight much easier and makes me feel much less like a jerk. And I'm excited to show it off. But how? Because it's an RPG. So here's the thing. I'll put it this way instead. You know how Toby Fox made Undertale, Nat? I'm assuming you've heard of Undertale. Most people have. And how it was so weird, the thought that you could only get the peaceful ending. There's an enemy called Gangster that drops it, and let me say, Kongo can get hella stronger when he has that equipped. I managed to get Flower Storm with Lavitz. All it took was Hell and Torture from mastering Rod Typhoon. Rod Typhoon I've been easy with, but Blossom Dance has been a massive pain. I do know Undertale. I watched people play it. I did not play it myself because I spoiled it by watching. But Gust of Wind Dance has been way harder for me, Shin. But you know how it was such a revolutionary idea in that game that you didn't have to fight things, you didn't have to kill them? And everybody was like, whoa, true pacifist mode, you don't fight. Well, as it turns out, much like the Shirley fight, where if you guys remember, you didn't have to fight her. Oh, I didn't know that one, hubby, I'm sorry. But much like with the Shirley fight, where you don't actually fight her, you go into the battle, and as long as you're defending, the way to win is just by asking or answering her questions correctly. When you get to the City of the Dead, now that you know Lavitz has died, because we passed that part in the game, here's the bit of information that I'm going to show off. The Lavitz fight, because there is, when you get to the City of the Dead, Lavitz has made a deal with a demon because he's so concerned he wants to come back to life and talk to you guys and make sure that you're okay. Because Lavitz is a G. He's a real cool dude. And you know, he's a nice guy that just loves his mom and his country and he wants there to be peace. So he does this because he cares about you. And then the demon starts taking over his body and you have to fight him. And the thing that people do all the time is it's an RPG and you're in a battle, so you just start attacking. And the first time I went into that fight, didn't want to do that. I didn't want to fight Lavitz, so I just defended. And if you defend for 3 turns, Lavitz doesn't actually attack. He only counterattacks because he's fighting the demon control. So he turns his back and you can attack the device, and Lavitz will not attack you the entire fight. He's fighting the demon control and nobody recognizes it. Yeah, it's just nobody seems to know that you don't have to hit Lavitz. And if you don't hit him, you're rewarded with not actually having to take damage. As long as you're not a traitorous bastard that's like, oh yeah, I'll attack our former friend. And it makes me sad that there is no indication of that anywhere on the internet. So I plan to absolutely make a short of that for YouTube when I get there. Ugh. Yeah, he never did. I mean, he does fight back if you attack him, but if you don't attack him, you don't take damage. It's super nice. You don't have to be a heartless dickbag. And, like, I feel this information needs to be spread. It must be spread. Not enough people know. There's no indication anywhere else on the internet. And that makes me so sad. Come on, Gust of Wind Dance. Yeah! I always find that one ridiculously hard to meet. There we go. Isn't that also like the alternative ending of one of the Far Cry games? Kind of, yes. But this isn't an ending, it's just a way that you can fight it. But I think it was Far Cry 3, you're on an island with a dictator and he has to get called away at a feast or a banquet that he's throwing for you. And he says, wait right here, I'll be right back. And if you just wait for like 5 or 10 minutes, he actually comes back, you inherit the island, and game over. You don't have to do anything. You completely skip the game. Yeah. Actually, there's another one that's really funny like that. I have a game for PS3. The steel shearing vacuum blade. But I have this game for PS3 called Le Saboteur. And it's really entertaining because you're a pissed off Irishman in World War II France, trying to liberate France from the Nazi occupation. And the whole game starts out being played in black and white to show the oppressive nature of being occupied. And as you free the various sections of the city, there's a blast of color that returns to the world because the freedom has been restored. And it's really neat. But one of the funny things that you can apparently do is as you play the game, you can unlock achievements that give you perks and upgrades, including hidden guns inside of the lights of various vehicles. Like you can fire guns from the lights of your car. And there is a hilarious moment where if you have that early enough in the game, there's a cutscene where you're racing the villain of the game in the past, before Germany invades. And if you use that ability, to kill him at that stage of the game during the race where you shouldn't be able to, it cuts to the end credits because you've accomplished the goal of the game. And it's very funny. It's very difficult to do, but it's hilarious. Liberation. It's called liberation. Dude becomes a puppy. I don't know if I want to play that one on stream though, because like his base is a strip club. Or like, I don't remember if it's a strip club. It's a French burlesque joint. That's his initial hideout. So like you walk around in there and all of the girls in there, because you have access to the hidden back room, they're all walking around topless with just like stars covering their nips. And there's a DLC you can get for a gambling room and a special car. I didn't realize that also included removing the stars from their chests. So that was quite a surprise. Not that there's all that many pixels in PS3 games, but it was still pretty surprising. I hadn't expected that, to be sure. I would probably have to play on a new profile to make sure they were there. Just use male nipples for texture for political correctness. Oh, speaking of, hubby, have you seen ProZD? He's the pixelated boobies? Yes. Ah! But ProZD is the I think he's Korean. If you get a chance, check him out on YouTube. He's very funny. He does voice acting and little skits and things. And one of the things he did was a skit based on the downfall of... What was that old forum site? Everybody used to have one. The like blog forum site. Not DeviantArt. It used to be known... Oh, hold on. Forum... No, hold on. I gotta look it up real quick. It wasn't DeviantArt. Tumblr. So it was a skit based around Tumblr's weird rules that killed the platform. And one of the things that did it is they introduced censorship of everything, or they introduced censorship of everything that was topless, except for, and I love the way he said this, male presenting nipples. Okay, yeah. And that was the whole skit, was just their insanity of saying that nipples are blocked unless they're male presenting nipples. And I found that hilarious. I loved the way he went into that. It made me giggle like crazy. Actually, another funny thing that I like seeing him do was his photographic memory of, not Hook, of Peter Pan, the original Disney Peter Pan movie. So he's just doing a perfect scene-by-scene walkthrough as his wife is holding up the video to the camera so we can see it. And he's talking about everything that's happening. He matches the timing of every voice line that's being said. And it's all 100% flawless. Like, he's just nailing it in advance. And I feel, honestly, like I should have been able to do the same thing with A Bug's Life. Because back when I was a kid, my parents let me get one of those TVs for my video game consoles, but it was the small one that had the VCR installed in the bottom of it. And so I'd watch A Bug's Life. It was my favorite movie, and I kind of just thought I'd watch A Bug's Life until I had a ridiculous record for watching A Bug's Life. Because I was a child, this was just something that occurred to me. And I watched it 48 times. That's not an exaggeration. I kept counting. I watched it 48 times. It was a lot. It was a lot. I also, when the first Spider-Man movie, love those types of TVs, saves buying a separate VCR. Yeah! Why are you here? The interesting thing, Shin, it sounds like you might be old enough to match it, but that was very similar to the old style of PC as well. Our first home computer that my dad picked up for us when I was a kid was a Compact Presario 500C. I'm pretty sure that was the correct name for it. And it was that same old school type of PC where it was the screen melded to the body or the guts of the PC. And it was the same shape. So the bottom part was the power button, the A drive, the CD drive if you were fortunate enough to have one, and then the screen was on top. And so these little VCR TVs just kind of matched that energy. Where the VCR was in the bottom, the screen was still built in. But I remember, speaking of them, how much I wanted one of those really cool, like, plastic see-through green Macs at the time, because they introduced that really sleek looking Mac PC or Mac computer, and I loved that thing. It was so cool. I do miss that about the 90s and 2000s where everything was colorful. Even the N64s where they had like the Donkey Kong version see-through green color. I liked those days. They were pretty. I think every kid wanted one of those. Yeah. Sadly, I didn't get one of the Donkey Kong versions. I just have the regular boring black. But I do still have the limited edition Extreme Green Game Boy Pocket. And I have one of the original purple Game Boy Colors. And I have a Game Boy Advance SP. And then the original DS. I have one of the Ambassador Program 3DSs. Yo, you weren't supposed to be here, I don't think. And a 3DS XL. I believe I have the see-through green N64 and the black one. Oh, wow. See, I'm very jealous because I love that green one. But unfortunately, they were only available as like new systems back when they were out. And I was poor. Like I said, I was a youngling and I had a $2 a week allowance. My black N64 that I bought secondhand was the best I could afford. Every game that I wanted to get had to come secondhand, and every game I had to save for months for. So no going out to get a treat, no candy, no drinks, nothing. I remember one time I bought a PlayStation game from Superstore, because I'm in Canada and we have the real Canadian Superstore, or as some people know it, Loblaws. It's just the Canadian name for it, I guess. I remember one time, back when they still had an electronics section, I brought in a bag full of change to buy a PlayStation game that was only like 15 or 20 bucks. but I had a plastic grocery bag full of like pennies and dimes and nickels that I'd saved up. And so I got the game and I brought it up and I had to dump it all on the counter. And the poor staff member was like, you know, I have to count all these out now. And I was like, I'm sorry. And genuinely, I was sorry. I didn't mean to do that to her. Okay, I didn't need to come this way, apparently. How do I get back up to 4th floor? I think I just went completely the wrong way and could have just kept going up by the way that I came in. Not my best idea. That's real commitment right there. I used to do that to an ice cream truck just to get an ice cream sandwich. See, I could never justify a temporary expense like that. 3rd floor. How do we get up to the 4th floor? Yeah, that was real life grind. Well, like I said, my allowance was only $2 per week. So, even back when games were like 20 bucks, I'd still have to save for 2.5 months just to get a single game. And at that, it was usually a crappy game. Like, I remember very distinctly seeing one where it was like Animal People as a racing game. And it was $14. And it was this very weird looking game. I can't even remember what it was called anymore. But it was literally just a racing game where you were on foot. And racing against like half animal people. It was super weird. I never got it because I couldn't justify $14 for something that I didn't know if I'd like. But back when games were actually affordable, that was brand new. I have completely turned myself around. There's not that many spaces here. How am I so lost? If I go down to 1st floor, that's where the healing is. Going up to 3rd floor is where that dude is. To the left is the kitchen where I picked up a stone. No, that's the one where I picked up the stone. So, is this the one I have to take? It might be. Because what's to the right over here? This one takes me down to the middle again. Okay, that's why. Ah, why did I go back down to the 1st? I didn't want to do that. I'm sorry, I got myself totally lost while talking. I am so fully turned around. This is only like 6 screens big, and I'm still getting lost. It's very pathetic. I blame hubby. It's not hubby's fault at all, but I'm blaming him because he's here and it's funny. All your fault. How could you do this to me? Was it this one? So not this one. Yubba yubba. I'm sorry, hubby. It's all your fault. Nat gave me your blessing to blame you. There we go. 4th floor. Finally found my way back up. Ah! Oh, I'm out of coffee. Give me a sec. I need to take a sip of water. Oh. Actually, let's see. It has been about 2 hours here. So I think what we're going to do is solve this puzzle real quick. And then if this door opens... Hooray. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's the elevator down to Emperor Doel. And that's going to be a boss fight and the last fight of Disc 1. But it's been 2 hours. My throat is getting way too sore to keep talking. So I think I'm going to save here, and then we'll end the stream for today. And with luck, I should be back on Friday. And I say with luck because I don't think there's anything different with your schedule this week, Nat. For the new people, if Billy Buttcrack is still here, or for Shin, since you're still here, I just kind of alternate time slots with Nat because we're on at the same time, and I really appreciate her company. So she usually streams Tuesday, Thursday, and then does a dual stream with hubby on Saturday. But if she needs to take the day off for whatever reason, I'll kind of fill that time slot just to make space. Or to keep people entertained, because we're a cool little group of friends here. So, Nat, is this a regular week for you? I don't remember. You're still going to be streaming tomorrow and Saturday? I believe so. Oh, which, come to think of it, let me give shout out new Nat. There we go. Unless the kiddo KOs you. Okay. So yeah, tomorrow should be Nat's stream, and I'll be going to watch her. And then I'll be back on Friday. Hopefully my throat holds up. If you don't know, I am unfortunately very sick chronically, so I cough a lot. But you've probably known that. You've probably noticed. And then it'll probably be Friday, Sunday, Monday again are the days I'll be streaming. If not, I do post on Discord every time something comes up if I can't get on for whatever reason. So feel free to join that if you would like to hang out with us. There should be a link in the bio. I also do have a YouTube channel where it's just the replays of all my old streams. So if there's something you'd like to see, you can go ahead and rewatch that if you want. You never have to worry about missing out or catching up. And yeah, thank you again for joining me. I appreciate everyone for being here. And I will catch you next time. Have a good day, everyone. Stop stream button is...